Okay, so now we're going to do a different kind of color changing experiment, but it has to do a lot with density. When you're talking about density, you can think of a substance with particles in there, and the particles are, the density of those particles is how close they are together or how far apart they are from each other. So when particles are really close to each other, they are actually more dense. When particles are further apart, they are less dense. Okay, to start off with our experiment, we need to gather our ingredients. First, we're going to use a glass vase. You can use any kind of glass container, something that you can see through. It's probably the best because you want to see what's going to happen inside of this container. The other ingredients that you're going to need, some water, some corn syrup, vegetable oil, bleach, and food coloring. Two different colors of food coloring. I like red and blue the most. Okay. And of course, your safety goggles. Always safety first. Especially when you're using bleach, you want to make sure that you use a grown-up to handle the bleach for you as well. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our corn syrup and we're going to put it into the bottom of our base. So squeeze as much as you want in there. Makes a silly sound. Like a fart. Alright, then what you want to do is take a little bit of your food coloring. I'm going to pick red. And you want to add it to your corn syrup. Then you want to make sure that you mix them together really well. So that's why I have a spatula. Or a spoon works too. It's really cool, right? Okay. Next thing you want to do is you want to take your water you want to do is you want to take your water and you want to change that to a specific color. So we're going to turn that into blue water. Mix that around. Alright. Now, here comes the fun part. We are going to pour the blue water over the red corn syrup. And we're going to watch what happens. Did they mix? No, they didn't, which is kind of cool. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our oil and pour it inside here too. And we're going to watch what happens to our oil. A bit of oil. Okay. Now as you can see, there are three distinct layers in our base. So the first one is the red, which has all of the corn syrup with the red food coloring in it. The middle part is the blue water, and then the top is just a little bit of vegetable oil. It's pretty cool. Now what we're going to do is we are going to pour some bleach into the base and watch what happens. As you can kind of see, the bleach actually went through the oil into the water, and it actually started to take away a lot of the blue. So there is practically no more blue, only a little bit left. It started to take away a lot of the color. It's pretty cool. Now the reason that this all happens is because, now the way that this all works is actually kind of cool. So corn syrup has a density that's really, really heavy. So what it likes to do is likes to sit down at the bottom. Think of a rock at the bottom of a pool. It's how it's really heavy, it just wants to sit right at the bottom. So that's our corn syrup. Now water also has a density, but it's a lot lighter than our corn syrup. So what it likes to do is it likes to sit right on top of there. That's why we have the blue water above our red corn syrup. Then oil. Oil actually has very, very little density. It's very light. So what it does is it likes to sit right on top of water. So that's why we had those three layers, the red, the blue, and the kind of clear yellowy oil color. But when we added the bleach, Bleach actually has the same density as water. So when we do that, we added it through it, it went through the vegetable oil, went right down to the water, and it actually changed the colors like we did in our last experiment and made the color disappear. Pretty cool, right? The reason that it didn't go into the corn syrup is because the corn syrup is still way dense, way more dense than it is for the bleach and the water. I had so much fun doing experiments with you guys today. I hope you enjoyed them as well, and I will see you next time.